We live! Let's go! We live! Welcome to another bonfire. Very special bonfire. We got some awesome special hosts to join us. We got Cool K Adventures, theme park conductor, and the goal of today's conversation, epic freaking universe. Epic universe. Oh my God. More specifically, dark universe. Cool K Adventure, introduce yourself. Let people know what's up, where they can follow you. Just introduce.
Man, thank you so much for having me tonight. Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good day. Just we are Cool Case Adventure. We're a family of content creators, basically me, my wife Karen, and my two children, two teenagers. So if you're actually looking for feedback from the family perspective, feel free to join us. You can find us on Instagram as at Cool Case Adventure, and also in YouTube and Twitter. We got Twitter too. So all that we do is just like Mando. We just go and share our feedback and our. We're very well known, Mando, for being brutally honest.
And that's what I like. Theme park conductor, introduce yourself. Where can people find you? And let's get the ball rolling, man.
Absolutely. I just want to thank you, Mondo, for having me on tonight. I'm super excited to talk about Epic Universe, especially Dark Universe, with all the pictures and everything that dropped. I'm super excited. Everyone can follow me on YouTube and Instagram at Theme Park Conductor. On Twitter, you can find me at Theme Conductor, where I'm steaming up that juicy news for everyone to stay hot and ready.
Let's go. All right. Before we even go into Dark Universe and watch the video and look at photos and give all that conversation, how do you guys feel about what's already been announced for Epic Universe with Nintendo and How to Train Your Dragon? How do you guys feel about that?
I'm going to let you go
Yeah,
first.
you go first, Cool
Okay.
K.
So I mean, being here in Florida is super exciting to always know that you're gonna have a brand new theme park and knowing that it's Universal, right?
Yeah.
And knowing that Universal basically have been doing nothing but listening to the guests. As you can see, all these lands being developed, it's exciting. And of course, one thing that we don't have over here, other than what it used to be Monsters Cafe, we already knew like we need something monster. So obviously you got Super Nintendo World, and we have had the opportunity to go to Hollywood and do it, and we were excited about that. But everything is exciting no matter what. But once Dark Universe dropped, that was like the tip of the iceberg, man. Like everybody is now is in cloud nine. We're in heaven here.
What about you, conductor? What do you? How do you feel so far about the first announcement? Not Dark Universe yet, but just How to Train Your Dragon and Nintendo.
Oh man, how you train your dragon? I think just aesthetically it looks absolutely amazing. I think it's going to draw more of the family friend type um, guest reaction. I do think it is well themed. I do want to give a shout out real quick, Mondo, to Bio Reconstruct. He's been on top of it since day one, posting videos, clips, photos, everything. And just the aerial shots we see from every section of Epic Universe just looks absolutely amazing. I think
Yeah.
everybody that is going to be going to Epic Universe, or people like Cool Adventure that lives in Florida, you guys are in for a real treat. And I think us on the West Coast are a little jealous.
I'm definitely jealous. I'm definitely jealous. All right. I'll give my quick thoughts. How to Train Your Dragon really blew me away of how thorough of a land it is. From the rides, restaurant, the theming of the land, how the scale of the land, the restaurant, the fact that they're bringing that Broadway show, my goodness. And we have How to Train Your Dragon live action movie, if I'm not mistaken, down the line. So a lot of stuff going on with just that. Super Nintendo World, I feel like, I don't want to say I'm not super hyped on it, but we have one in Hollywood. So for me, it's like been there, done that. But for Cool K, I feel like it's very exciting because it's brand new. And Donkey Kong is the one where I'm like, well, what's happening over there? I don't have a Donkey Kong. But just How to Train Your Dragon, like if it was something opening just as a land, I would travel to Florida just for that. But the fact that Epic Universe is a new theme park, it's a brand new gate. It's just, I'm still mind blown that they are doing this in the speed that is unreal. When we're seeing a treehouse at Disneyland take forever, a queue, who knows how long it's going to take. It's a King Thanos ride that just don't even exist. I want to say King Thanos ride was announced before Epic Universe, like publicly. I don't know. Someone could check that. I feel like it was... it's just unreal that we're getting this new gate before a King Thanos ride. But all right, enough of King Thanos. We don't care about that right now. I want to go straight to the video. And this is directly from Universal Orlando Resort website. Or not website, their YouTube. I haven't seen this thing. It's going to be my legitimate first reaction. I've seen kind of clips here and there on the Twitter. It's impossible to avoid it today. And I've seen photos, but I can't wait to play this. Let me hit play. Let's do it.
Universal Epic Universe is the next theme park for Universal Orlando Resort and will feature 5 astounding worlds that go beyond anything you've ever experienced before. In Dark Universe, you'll enter a foreboding world of unearthly legends and monstrous experiments. To me, just nothing is more universal than the Universal monsters.
The legacy of Universal Monsters is over 100 years old.
Getting to go into the Dark Universe and being able to be in a world in which those monsters are real is something that I have been looking forward to since I started with Epic Universe.
We made a place for the monster lovers. We made a place for the thrill seekers. In a way, this project I've been waiting for my whole life.
As our guests approach the portal, there's a spire that's crackling with electricity. This is how the dark energy is gathered.
And we're gonna see the electricity pulsating through the land and connecting at the top of this manor.
To a new world of gods and monsters.
Dark Universe is inspired by all the Universal Monster films. In our world, all the Universal Monster stories have happened, and Darkmoor is the result of that. It's the consequence.
Every inch of Dark Universe tells a story. You can believe that monsters are real and it's all happening right here.
There are layers of intenseness, of scariness in Dark Universe.
We kind of toe that line of being family friendly, but we can also be PG-13.
Roaming the land, we have some monsters that kind of move around, and then some other characters that help connect you to these stories. You can actually have yourself made up to look like a monster and then go out into a monster world.
Das Steakhouse is a restaurant that's operated by the familiars of vampires.
It's centered around the story of Dracula and vampires themselves.
As you enter as a guest, you're going to get fed, and you might be scoped out by vampires.
We will have steaks, on steaks.
We're creating entertainment for families, and we're creating entertainment for those who want to conquer their fears.
Curse of the Werewolf follows the same story arc as our classic film, The Wolfman.
It takes place in an area that's really been taken over and inhabited by our mystics.
And you see here the new Maleva. And Maleva gives you bad news that you bear the curse of the werewolf. You're immediately put in a wagon and sent out into the woods. This is an incredibly thrilling, family-friendly spinning coaster.
It's absolutely going to be fun. I can't wait.
The Burning Windmill is a classic part of Universal Monster lore. And so when we created the Dark Universe, we knew that we had to create a burning windmill.
There's the windmill, right in front of you, and suddenly it bursts into flames. Inside the burning blade is a wonderful little tavern, and this is the place where the hounds hang out. The hounds are the monster hunters. You'll hear some tales, and their trophies are scattered about.
Monsters Unchained is going to be the most amazing monster ride ever built.
We've never opened these doors to Frankenstein Manor.
The thrills of the attraction, the chance to meet all of our classic monsters in a new and exciting way.
Inside Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein experiment, you're going to see things that defy what you know of as a theme park attraction.
There's a new resident in Manor, and her name's Victoria Frankenstein.
Victoria Frankenstein is the great-great-granddaughter of Henry Frankenstein. You don't know if Dr. Victoria is good or bad, but she does want to bring good to the name Frankenstein again.
Every night inside the Manor, Victoria is conducting these experiments.
You're going to see that she's captured all of the Universal monsters and wanting to control them. Dracula's got other plans.
Monsters Unchained has the most technologically advanced animated figures that have ever been built. They are visceral, they are powerful, they are intense.
The technology we are using is cutting edge.
We literally use every technology I could possibly think of. And then we realized we needed to invent new technology. Imagine what could happen in a Monsters ride when there's a sense of
What the? I'm trying not to.
I was kind of. I know, but I was kind of laughing inside just watching your webcam as we're all watching this. It's kind of funny. Not gonna lie.
What the freak? Okay, let me keep going. My bad. Whoa.
touch. You'll literally be able to feel characters breathing.
You want to ride this ride as almost a badge of honor that I can do one of the scariest rides that we've created.
We've created some of the most amazing attractions of all time, and we're raising the bar again.
I think this universe is going to make the next generation fall in love with the monsters.
To me, Dark Universe is about acceptance. A lot of these monsters, they're the outsiders. They're the ones that are looking for a connection. Dark Universe is for everybody. It's a place where these iconic stories and characters come to life. And for the first time ever, you are a part of it. It's the place that you've been waiting for almost 100 years.
The monsters are indeed alive, and we can't wait to see your reactions as you come face to face with all of them at Universal Epic Universe.
What the freak? Oh my gosh. That's just stupid. I gotta play that part one more time. Where they're talking about like technology.
Spinning coaster.
You'll hear
ever built.
We've never opened these doors to Frankenstein Manor.
The thrills of the attraction, the chance to meet all of our classic monsters in a new and exciting way.
Inside Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein experiment, you're going to see things that defy what you know of as a theme park attraction.
There's a new resident in Manor, and her name's Victoria Frankenstein.
Victoria Frankenstein is the great-great-granddaughter of Henry Frankenstein. You don't know if Dr. Victoria is good or bad, but she does want to bring good to the name Frankenstein again.
Every night inside the Manor, Victoria is conducting these experiments.
You're going to see that she's captured all of the Universal monsters and wanting to control them. Dracula's got other plans.
Monsters Unchained has the most technologically advanced animated figures that have ever been built. They are visceral, they are powerful, they are intense.
The technology we are using is cutting edge.
We literally use every technology I could possibly think of. And then we realized we needed to invent new technology.
Wow. I'm freaking mind blown, dude. This is just ridiculous. I'm trying so hard not to cuss right now.
Now you understand how I was this morning when I actually watched this whole thing.
Wow.
Yep. I was driving a forklift at work. I had to get off my forklift because I almost collapsed.
Cool K, you started off, man. What is your opinion on the video?
And it looks amazing. The fact that you get 2 rides, two restaurants, I think that's what they said. I mean, I'll be happy just to walk around, man. I mean, the theming, like it was mentioned earlier, the theming around this park is just gonna be unfreaking believable, no matter where you look. But this land in specific, I think in the comments somebody says it's like having Halloween all year long, and I'm loving it.
I like
freaking
that.
love it.
I like that the concept of electricity is just everywhere. There's just electricity everywhere. Look at that. On the castle, on the entrance, inside the ride. It's part of the ride. Electricity, just freaking.
The fact that you're gonna have fire on the windmill and all that.
Yes.
I thought the fire on the windmill was just going to be a concept art thing.
No. Apparently, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I think a few times in within an hour, and it reminded me honestly like the dragon in Diagon Alley. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where it's fire every so often. I think that's exactly what's gonna happen. That's what it seems like. The whole concept is amazing, man. It's like if you're a fan of Universal Monster, I think we all are gonna be pleased with this land.
Wow. Theme park conductor, what's your opinion on the video, man?
So my opinion, I'm still mind blown. Like I said, when I saw it this morning, I literally got off my forklift and I had to watch it about several times. I didn't just watch it once; I watched it several times, and I'm just mind strucken. You know, just for someone that likes horror, likes Halloween Horror Nights, likes the classic Universal monsters. Universal, oh my god. I never would have thought in my wildest dreams we would have got some like this as an actual permanent installation of a land. And get this. Epic Universe is not done yet. There's already talks about expanding. Could you imagine the next dark area they're going to add to that land that's just going to make it go even higher? You imagine that?
I can't even think beyond just what I saw. This 6 minute.
Oh, I know,
dude. These videos that they're creating are just insane. Like super hype. Man, I can't help but like reference to recently we had the POV from Tiana's. It created no hype. This. I as weird as it sounds, I don't even care about the other lands. Take me to this land.
Exactly.
Like this land alone is all you need a reason to travel to Florida. Literally.
Oh, dude. Heck yeah, dude. Oh yeah.
And then what bothers me is then you have Bob Iger and the other side saying, "Yeah, we've been aware of this is coming. We're good." I'm like, "Are you serious, dude? Like, what are you thinking?"
You know, I was talking to somebody about Bob Iger saying pretty much kind of like that he's known about this. Not to say he wasn't worried, but I feel like maybe when all these Epic Universe ideas were pitched back then, we'll say 10 years ago, because if I'm not mistaken, that's what he said. He's like, "Oh, I've been knowing about this for 10 years."
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Bob Iger was like, I call BS. I don't believe Universal could fund this. Universal could imagineer this, engineer this. I feel like he didn't think Universal could do it. And 2025, here we come, baby. Holy smokes.
Dude,
Do
but if you're
you think that's what it was? Bob Iger just, because Bob Iger's over here. We can't even finish Epcot.
I mean, it took 5 years to build a banquet hall, you know.
Down it felt like 10 years for Tron. Even though it wasn't. I'm not going to go there.
If I will be a shareholder right now, and I have the majority of those stocks, man, I will be like scratching my head. I will be like, we need to come up with something. We are about to lose a lot of money, because let's be honest, Disney is all about the money, you know. So I will be worried. I will be worried if I'm them, because this park is about to get slammed for years. This is not gonna be just a month, 2 months. This is gonna be for years.
Yeah,
forever.
And see, probably. And see, that's what I've been saying on other channels, including my channel on Conductor Thursdays. I've been saying for a while now, you know, since the last D23 Expo we had out here in Anaheim, Mondo knows, a bunch of YouTubers know, it was a lot of blue sky. Oh, we could do this. You know,
other side of Thunder Mountain.
Yeah. There was no concrete. Oh yeah, we're definitely doing this. So I think this D23, and I think it's August if I'm not mistaken, is crucial, especially with now this coming out. It's absolutely crucial.
Let me throw this to you guys. Is D23 relevant? Epic Universe just made D23 relevant. Is that just too crazy to say? Because this is Universal about to say this opens next year.
Yeah.
D23 what? What about D23? What about it?
The way I see it is like, you know, like I'm not going to D23. My first D23 was, Mando knows this. I went to the last D23, and rather than getting all that lip services and the what if, I was like, okay, I'm done, you know. And we need concrete, you know, plans. We need to see what's happening. So I decided not to go this year, and rather go back in California in September to enjoy things that I love in California, you know, from the theme park. And I told Mando, hey, I'm gonna be missing, and Mando was right. He said, don't stress over that. They're probably gonna be live streaming it. You know, you don't have to kill yourself. It's like, you know what, you got a point. I don't think I believe them at this point.
It's getting harder to believe them.
How do you feel about D23 Conductor this year? This year's D23.
You know what? Like I said, I'm going to be really strict on this. 1 second of hearing blue sky, I'm sorry, I'm turning the live stream off, because if they're going to even mention that word, I'm sorry. You cannot even respond to Epic Universe with not even one word of blue sky. I'm telling you right now. They start that crap, it's
you're just checking out.
Hey, it's going down Frankenstein's ditch. Let's say that and bury it.
Mando, you cannot go back to the last D23. Go back to the one before that.
Yeah.
You know, where Tron was announced, where you got a lot of the Disney Plus thing announced, which it happened, but then you got the Epcot plans announced. How much of that actually happened? You know what I mean?
Mary Poppins.
Not a lot.
Yeah.
So do I believe a word of what Disney's saying now? I don't. I have lost total I hate it because I love Disney.
Yeah, we all love Disney. We all love Disney.
I can't trust them. I lost the credibility. Now, Universal on the other hand, they tell you, we're going to give you this, and we're going to give you that. And not only do they deliver that, but the fact that they're still reinvesting in their parks. You know what? If you think about it, they don't have to. But yet, They have spent money on redoing all their food stands, the Minion Land, making DreamWorks Land, and the whole thing about the expansion of Epic Universe. That land was already there. That was Universal's land. All that it has been done, just so you guys know, is being approved by the district for them to actually expand. So now what they're probably doing, and I know people that work within that plan concept, they may move some of the offices that are in Universal Studios into the Epic Universe land, which is going to free up space for Universal to continue to do more stuff. I mean, they are not stopping. Universal is not stopping.
No.
Hey, Bob Iger's like, peace. I'm gonna hire somebody else. I'm out of here, guys. I ain't gotta worry about this.
Yeah, dude, they're not stopping.
No.
I got so much to say. This will be a good live stream. We got a big super chat from Theme Park and Things with Johnny dropping 20. Mondo was all about How to Train Your Dragon. Now Dark Universe has taken the throne. But what a great video. And Disney paid for Epic Universe with 10% of the Hulu deal, selling it to Disney. Easy Universal made out big time.
Yep.
It's crazy.
That's true.
And they still got to buy the rest of Hulu and all that crazy stuff, which that's like billions of dollars in itself. Thank you, Johnny. Dude, it's why I'm still mind blown by this video. Like, I'm not even faking. I'm just like, what in the Baba freak? When I watch this video, the first thing I think of, they didn't budget cut not one thing. They didn't even care. They're like, we're going to follow through with the imagination, the creativity, the vision of what they originally intended for. And like that guy said, we have thrown so much technology into this ride that they had to invent technology. They were like, the stuff we want don't even exist, but who cares? We're going to make it. It's not going to stop us.
No.
And we, that's freaking crazy to me, dude. It's just crazy because, like, we're in the world of Communicore Hall, dude. Like, I can't help but reference to it. I can't help but, like, think about Communicore Hall. Okay. I want to ask you guys this. For me personally, I have like 1 or 2 Orlando trips in me from like a money perspective, a time, and the effort to do a trip out to Florida. I want to say Walt Disney World has been the king and queen for 30 years, whatever it's been. And lots of times people stay a majority of their trip in Walt Disney World and dabble 1 or 2 days to Universal Orlando. Do you guys think there could be a reverse, a flip-flop effect, where all of a sudden people are staying 5 to 7 days in Universal Orlando, and to them, to people, it's like, I just need to go to Magic Kingdom 1 or 2 days kind of thing, Magic Kingdom, Epcot, but I'm still majority is going to be in Universal. Do you think a flip-flop of habits, I guess you could say, could there be a big change happening? I'll let Cool K go first.
Man, 100%. You're gonna Universal's about to own that throne for years to come. Disney, unless that they work on that 5th gate that they're trying, that they supposedly have plans and permission to open, but we all know that's going to take them like 10 years. And what's stopping, honestly, what used to stop Universal and everything was the fact that they didn't have as many hotels. You're talking about they're opening this property with 3 brand new hotels, and in that expansion of the land, they have more space to actually open more hotels if they feel like it. So
Yeah.
They're not going to struggle in that capacity anymore. You're going back to now Disney's going to depend from Universal to sustain their own economy, to be honest with you.
What about you,
That's
conductor? You think there could be a flip flop of habits from people? Because there's only so much money that could be had for vacationing. You know what I mean? And
Sure.
I feel like Epic Universe. This is something else, dude. What do you
Oh,
think, conductor?
absolutely. You know what? I actually do think the tables are going to get turned. I really honestly do. And what excites me the most is just everything that Epic Universe has to offer. And, people still love, Universal Orlando and the Islands of Adventure and stuff like that. But the crowds are going to all hang at Epic Universe. So, yes, I do believe the tables are turned. And a fun fact, in the picture that you're showing on the website, Mondo, that hotel right there behind this beautiful entranceway in the Epic Universe, which is beautiful, that hotel, that size building, supposedly is going to be put in the Woody Woodpecker parking lot at Hollywood. That's the size of the hotel we are getting, something like that. So that's very exciting.
Man.
So so Universal, hell, they're not going to stop. Are you kidding me? That like you said at the beginning, D23 what? we're just gonna just keep throwing money and building amazing stuff, and we're just gonna say, okay, well, what you guys got? We got Epic Universe. What you got?
Yeah, and the reason I bring this up is I feel like a common thing that gets said is how expensive Walt Disney World has got. And I felt like I read an article like yesterday that said like people go into credit card debt or just debt in general to go to Walt Disney World. And that's what I'm trying to say is people only got so many Walt Disney World or Universal Orlando trips in them. Now that we see this new shiny toy that is just mind-blowing at every level of every announcement, any detail, anytime we keep hearing details of Epic Universe, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. They're not missing. There's no misses. I have no nitpicking. Like, I don't even know what I can nitpick out of all this. Like, literally.
Dude, you can. The fact that you could stay in that hotel and have a view of the park and also your main entrance. I mean, not even any of the biggest hotel here in Florida in Disney can have a main entrance to the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this park is going to have it. And somebody in your chat said it best. You use that money instead of going to Disney, going to a Disney cruise. You will not regret it. You're actually going to thank us later. And then the rest of the money, use it to come to Universal Studio. If you want to have a Disney, if you want to have a good Disney experience, go on a Disney cruise. Trust me, you will have
it. For example, look at that Stella Hotel that Mondo just showed right now. Look at the detail that went into that hotel. You can't tell me that Universal cheaped out on that one.
Yeah.
That looks amazing. There's no way.
The pools, the fact that this is like literally next door to everything too at Epic Universe. It's like right in front of it, if I'm not mistaken. Right, Cool K? This thing is like right next to Epic Universe?
It's like right next to it. It's not inside the property, but I'm sure you could actually walk. But both hotels are actually together. So it's equivalent to Surfside and Dockside.
Dude, there's a video?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
I didn't even know there was a video. Is it like a flyover?
Yeah, it opens in January.
Why does I was just talking to was it Danny? Why does it say January, Cool K? What's up with that?
The hotels were already scheduled to open in January. As a matter of fact, for the last 5 months, I think you were able to actually make reservations. Now I could share with you because I know people inside top management. The park was not supposed to open until the summer of 2025, of course,
Yeah.
and they have fallen behind. So Universal, believe it or not, has paid extra money to just invest in the labor on the construction. So now they're actually between us, only people that actually listen to this live stream can benefit from this. That's why your followers get, Mando. So according to my sources,
Yeah.
they're pushing for January. Everything that they're telling them, they want the park open by January. Now they're very conscious that they have a lot of details to work. So worst case scenario, you may be pushing it to February, but the instructions about and the millions of dollars that they pay extra for construction and subcontractors and all that, they want
Wow.
this park open by January. And
No freaking way,
if
dude.
you remember, what was it, 2 weeks ago? I think the CEO said we are going to open. Epic's going to open early 2025. That's what he meant. The instructions are January. That's what they want.
I
And
don't even know.
I think
I don't even know what to
Mondo's in
say, dude. It's just that's the first time I've heard that. By the way,
they're not playing around. I'm telling you, and like you said, I think that Iger and everybody thought that they were joking. Dude, they are not playing around. These people
No.
are gonna come to just rip Disney's head off, and they're gonna come big time. And I'm telling you, I know.
So what
I
you're
know
saying
people.
is I need to book a hotel already. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
ASAP.
I know people listen from project managers have told me that people that are subcontracted by the electrical company, people that are now working on landscaping because there's parts that are working on landscaping. I mean, their
Wow.
deadlines, dude. So originally they wanted to have like a soft opening around November or December,
wow.
and now
Wait, this could kind of open in some fashion, like maybe like parts of lands this year.
it could. Not. I'm not saying for everybody, but I'm saying maybe for
Yeah,
their
yeah,
top
like cast,
management
like
and all that.
the team member. Oh yeah, management.
Yeah. They want top management, vice president, president to do walkthroughs of the actual land, maybe ride the
That's
rides, to
insane.
test it out. That could happen as
Wow.
early as November or December. But the amount of money that they're paying is with instruction. We need this open by January.
That's crazy.
That's what I've been told for multiple sources. So I don't know.
Wow.
Mondo, you better tell Mystery Base she better be booking those tickets like
Yeah,
ASAP.
dude. Oh my Lanta. We got a super chat dropping 10 Palm Tree 150. Palm Tree 150. Disney needs to bring Lion King, Lilo and Stitch, Frozen, etc. to life at Disney and Walt Disney World in order to compete with Epic. The tables can honestly turn in Universal's favor. Disney should be scared. Like, we're talking about Epic Universe. At the end of the day, there's already Universal Orlando. There's already Islands of Adventure. And those are already banger theme parks, period. This is on top of everything. And they got a water park, the Volcano Bay.
The water park, the Halloween Horror Nights in Vegas, the
water park in Texas.
And the other theme park that they just bought from in Spain or whatever. I mean, these people are nuts. I mean, they're going crazy.
Oh, not to mention we're getting a roller coaster on the side of a hill facing sound stages. Let's not forget that one.
Yeah, Fast and Furious coming to Hollywood. Let me ask you real quick, kind of going off Palm Tree's super chat. Lion King, Lilo and Stitch, Frozen. Does this put you in this mode of like Epic Universe of excitement, or we can't even think of these things because it's just imagination right now. Like, how do you feel, Cool K? Can that get you hyped? Lion King Land, Lilo and Stitch.
I mean, when you look at what they done in those international park with the Frozen and the Peter Pan and all that, that was kind of cool. When you develop lands like that, when they did the same thing with Tangle and all that, I think that will add some value, especially for the family, because we cannot only see it as an adult. We gotta see it also from the kids' point of view, or the Disney fan. So if they were to develop something like that, but in my opinion, has to be like lands. You gotta move with projects such as the one that they did in Tokyo, what they're planning in Paris, in order for them to sustain, and they need to stay. I go back to the same thing. If that's what the concept art says, you need to stay with that. Enough of this budget cutting crap. They are making tons of millions of dollars. So I'm so sick and tired of seeing them. Well, we're cutting budget for what? So you could just pocket it, for yourself. That we all pay enough money. I mean, even you as a Passholder, every time that you got to renew, and I listen to you and I listen to everybody, it's more and more money. So enough of cutting and develop lands, so that way you could produce lands that I will serve for their family, And I think you may have a hope at that point, or you may extend your vacations now to say, well, instead of 5 days in Universal, maybe I just go 2 days to Disney and 3 to Universal, something like that.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Conductor? Like Lilo and Stitch Land, Lion King Land, stuff like that. Does that, you want to go to Florida all of a sudden? You start hearing these things?
It would have to be mind-blowing, more mind-blowing than Epic Universe at this point. I'm sorry to say that. I truly am. But my whole thing is, I agree with Cool K. You can't, the days for them to start, presenting projects and then cutting back and then coming up with something else, if anything at all, those days are over with. They no more of that. Because I think we all got frustrated when we were supposed to get the Avengers E-ticket back in 2019, which I think looked absolutely incredible. And then Mr. Chapek came in and said, oh, here, we're going to give you a King Thanos that's basically, a Transformers ride. Here you go. Here's your Avengers E-ticket. So, no. It would have to be mind-blowing for me. I did hear, I don't know 100%. I did hear any land that the Oriental Land Company has built, Frozen, Peter Pan, there has to be at least a 5-year wait before the domestic parks can even build that. So you're talking about, if you even bring that to Florida, you bring that out here to Anaheim, you're talking 5 years of Epic Universe being open.
Just
and possibly expanding.
Nothing.
Yeah, expanding. But before they even put a shovel in the ground. That's the bad part.
That sounds about right, man. It takes them 5 years to open one ride, so they might as well announce it now, so that way it's done.
But
7 years.
But just say Avatar Land or Avatar Experience. We already have like 2 years going since it's been announced.
Oh, I know. That's driving me nuts.
Nothing. They're waiting to D23 for some odd reason. I have no clue why. I would have started construction already. Just let it be. Who cares? Like what is being spoiled? Nothing. We know it's coming.
Mando's like, give me the damn shovel. I'll do it for you. I start my own construction.
Heck yeah, I would.
If they do Lilo and Stitch, Lion King, it has to be flushed out lands where you're getting a e-ticket ride, an incredible dining experience, shows, meet and greets that are there year round because you're in Walt Disney World. People are this is their one trip out of the year, one trip in a lifetime, at any point of the time, at any month of the year. I don't think this idea. I'll revert back to like Moana, the water walkthrough. Who's planning a trip to go see that? What?
Nobody.
Why didn't
Sorry.
Moana get a land? An incredible land, like
should have.
humongous budget. They tout all the time that it's like their number one streaming movie on Disney Plus for like 3 years now, and they gave Moana this like water walkthrough. Has it been a success, Cool K? Because I know you've been out there. Is Moana walkthrough like does it get people talking?
Heck no, man. I haven't been there since I did the cast member preview.
Wow.
I mean, it reminded me that maybe I should go and then play with water because it's hot as heck. You know what I mean? This is the time that you want to get wet.
Does it get busy? You know, because now that Florida is kind of in the hotter weather, does it get busy? The Moana walkthrough?
So the other day when I walk through, it gets busy with the little kids because they have kind of like a little splash zone. So you see them over there, but it doesn't get crazy busy like when it opened. The people have to like wait in line, and you gotta be, they have to hold the line. It doesn't get busy. I mean, it gives you the perception that it's busy, but what all that it is because Moana is doing meet and greets right next to it.
Her meet and greet gets busy. I did see that when I was in Epcot last time. I did see Moana long line. They want to meet her.
But people go. They just take pictures. They walk around and they get out because that's all that you can do.
It's just a hit and run.
Hey, real quick, if Moana or that area does get busy, they could just go in the empty Communicore building and cool off.
That's it.
It's right there, so why not?
Why get wet? Go sit in the air conditioning.
Exactly. Disney's paying for it, so what the hell?
Oh, man. We got a super chat from Sean Tucker. I live in Orlando. After going to Nintendo World in Hollywood opening week, I immediately scheduled another vacation for 4 weeks later. Epic will rule. That's crazy. That's crazy. Thank you, man. We also got another big super chat. I'm kind of behind, but let me catch up from Johnny. Oh, Atlanta. I know we're talking Universal, but didn't Dollywood get #1 theme park for 2024? Disney is slowly or free falling, losing it. And we got that Ohio or Oklahoma or something America Heartland theme park coming. I don't know what theme park that one is, but I did see that Dollywood won like numerous awards of like customer service orientated food theming, and I think it won literally like theme park of the year, something like that. Have you guys heard about that?
I heard something about that.
Yeah, I did read something like that.
Yeah.
I never been to Dollywood. I'm dying to go, but the videos and pictures that I seen, it looks beautiful. It looks and you could tell that they spend the money to just change different theming throughout the years, throughout the season.
Dollywood Christmas is the one that like I really want to do it. Like I hope next year could be the year I finally freaking do it. All right, let's get back to Epic Universe. On the website, there's lots of details to be had. Let me kind of skim through this. This is all the first time I've seen this stuff. Dark Universe, what is this? Just kind of like a video right through. Okay,
it takes you like a virtual, like a flying virtual aspect. But it looks cool because you can look all the details. That's the Frankenstein ride. And if you went to click over there, the only part I don't like is I'm not a fan of this Manda. Obviously, I'm going to write it, but if you read on the bottom, it tells you that it's kind of like a simulator.
Right here, thrill motion stimulation. Why don't you like that? I want to hear.
Oh, me? Oh no, yeah. I get dizzy. I get dizzy really easy when with simulation. That's the only reason.
We're talking like kind of like Forbidden Journey. Is that
right?
Okay.
Forbidden Journey, like Transformers, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I found that unfortunately, the older that I'm getting, the faster I get dizzy in this simulation rides.
Dude, what are these like statue monsters right here? What?
I think that's a mural painted on the wall.
Oh, it's a mural, dude.
Yeah.
What the? This is just crazy.
Yeah. So even the queue's attraction. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't believe what I'm looking at. It says a gripping spectacle of heat and harmony. The Phantom of the Opera organ with the Monsters Unchained, the Frankenstein experiment features 14 individual flame points that shoot vertical flames over 3 feet in the air and dance in synchronicity with the organ music. What? Like, I can't help but just laugh. I'm like,
but Disneyland told you're getting new Halloween outfit for this Halloween.
Hey, they have been spreading the rumor that it's going to be turbocharged.
Yeah.
So.
Dude, what's turbocharging? 10 years? 10 years is turbocharging?
20 years.
Oh man. It just has like this random fast fact. I this is literally my first time on this website, like reading this stuff.
The other thing you gotta do, Mando, go up again.
Or go back.
Let me see. Yeah, go back. Okay, go in through that tunnel. Oh no, through that.
Right here.
Keep going.
Oh, this is how they're doing it. You gotta like travel through the land.
Yeah, you travel. Yeah, it's kind of like but press the right side exactly, because I want you to see the coaster. So once you go through the Frankenstein house, press that again, because they show you more detail of the actually coaster.
Click this one.
No, the other one. No, the one on the right hand side, the arrow.
Oh, keep going.
Keep going. Now it's going to take you out of the Frankenstein house, and you're going to see now.
What?
You're going to be
heck.
Now check out the coaster.
Oh, the one outside. Okay, I was like, what are we looking
at? Look at the details. Those are the ones that spin around.
Yeah. I kind of that roller coaster actually reminds me of Cedar Sidewinder at Camp Snoopy.
Yeah,
that's what that reminds me of.
And if you keep it there, Mando, they keep the actual coaster on the background. Look at that.
Wow,
that's sick.
Yeah.
Are you excited for that ride? Are you excited for that ride, Cool K? I like me as a bigger guy. Am I gonna fit on this thing? That's my first reaction.
Well,
because Universal is not the most lenient.
No, I don't know. I mean, currently as we're looking, I don't know if we're gonna fit either on the Frankenstein ride. To be honest with you, this one we might, because it seems like it's done for the entire family. It's not like an aggressive coaster, as you can see, but who knows. But the amount of details, like it shows, just looking at it, just staring at it, is unbelievable.
It's just cool.
Yeah.
Let me see. What happens when I click it? Get details.
Yeah, it gives you the details again. And look at that. Exactly. It allows you to look at, if you look at the seating, you see how they have, parents with kids and all that. That may give us a little bit of hope, especially with that bar coming down.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, it doesn't have like a chest restraint or nothing.
No.
Right. But again, I didn't fit on the Secret of Pet Life.
So. Yeah, Secret Life of Pets has no forgiveness, dude.
No, it doesn't. Because I'm tall and skinny, and it still doesn't like me. So, what can I say?
Dude. Is this just stuff outside? I guess. I saw this on Twitter. What is this? Is there like a show building that you go through on this roller coaster ride? Like, I don't know
Yeah,
what
you're
this
escape.
is.
So you're escape. It seems like you're escaping the werewolf. That's why you're through the roller coaster.
Ah, I see. Okay.
And then click again, and then you see the werewolf on the top. You see?
Wow.
Okay, so I want to talk about this. I want to ask you guys because I was talking to Orange Go 55. I was on his live stream earlier, or his video. So me, him, and George and a guy called Mr. Weber, we were speculating about this, about the werewolf. Do you guys think, one, it could be a statue where just the eyes light up and it makes a growling sound? Two, it's a full blown animatronic, or three, it's how can I put it? It's almost like a projection, but it's not like screen based, but it's a projection that you would see like on Forbidden Journey.
If you ask me, I feel like they're just trying to take it to the next level on everything. I feel like it's going to be an animatronic, dude. Maybe it might be as simple as just a hand kind of moving and just noise. Sure. But I don't know. I feel like that's going to be an animatronic.
It could be, yeah. It could be, like the T-Rex on the River Adventure ride.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It could be something like that. But it looks like also it has some type of projection, because if you look at that lighting,
yeah,
that's some type of projection too. So
yeah, I can see how you're saying that it could be maybe like projection based almost.
Yeah,
man,
or a combination of both. That thing looks sick, man. I'm like,
oh yeah,
that's the werewolf. Yeah. Do you think a werewolf meet and greet might look like that, like a special time, like a special season?
Yeah.
They have to bring a werewolf
100%.
looking like that, right?
Yes.
I hope so. We got to remember it's a family park.
Yeah, it's all. Dude, that's scary. How's that family friendly? I feel like it's not. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. It's just like this looks scary, dude.
Hey, they did say PG-13. There's a long line that could stretch.
What is this? Fast fact. The curse of the werewolf tears through the dark forest at 37 miles an hour for over 2 minutes of sheer thrilling race through a dark, forbidden shed with mysterious figures clawing ever so near. Awesome. Freaking awesome. Let me back out. I guess I got to keep going through this.
Yeah,
thing.
That's the part that I don't like, because you got to kind of restart that whole thing.
That's like the only way, huh?
Yeah. Unless I'm missing something.
Jamie Lynn says the werewolf would be like an Indominus Rex.
Hey, I'm okay with that.
That would be just ridiculous, but why not? Damn. So I just have to wait this out, I guess. I really want to look at the restaurant.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I want to read the details of that.
From the video we saw, I do like that the tavern and the actual restaurant itself, you feel immersed. You don't feel like you're at a theme park. You feel like you're in their world, you're a guest, and you're enjoying their company while they're serving you. That's what I love about it.
Dude, look at all these trees everywhere.
Look at the werewolf, rather.
No, I'm just saying, like there's gonna be a lot of shade, you know. It's hot in Florida. It's hot in Florida.
Oh yeah, just like Encanto, the Encanto show in Epcot. There's a lot of shade over
there. Is this the restaurant?
Yes.
I think that's the bar. No, the tavern.
That's the tavern. That's the tavern.
What? So there's two things. Tavern and so the tavern's like a bar?
Yeah, and then the other one's a steakhouse.
Wow.
Yeah. They also gonna have, because he says over here, the menus details coming soon. So they may have like some, small items.
The Burning Blade Tavern.
Yeah, and it says over here, discover stories of some Darkmoor village's most accomplished capturers, along with a menu of burgers, wing, bratwurst, pretzel, and specialty beverage.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at that. That looks incredible.
Right?
Wow.
I,
I was gonna say, how can you ever get a reservation? This will be packed.
Will
for
this be? See, that's a good question. That's what went through my head. Is this gonna be like Olga's Cantina,
where you could just never go? It's too busy.
Right.
Probably.
right?
Probably. For a while.
Let me see.
And the steakhouse is going to be like freaking Toadstool Cafe for God knows how long.
Darkmoor's Village Hottest Eatery. The windmill at the top of the Burning Blade Tavern erupts in a flame several times an hour. 2 types of fuel are used in different ratio, allowing for easy visibility for guests during both day and night.
That's insane.
Dude, the budget just to have a burning windmill? What the heck, dude? They're just dropping money. That's all I keep seeing.
Hey, they're going for it. You know, hey, if they're gonna prove themselves, especially with fire, why not? Disney's already proven that sadly they can burn 2 different phantasmic dragons. So why the hell not?
While we wait for me to go through this stupid process again,
I'm doing the same.
Cool K, what are your thoughts on Encanto Dance Party? Like your honest thoughts on the Encanto Dance Party that just arrived at Epcot.
I mean, so shameless plug, man. Though we do have a video out there.
No, let people know. Let people know.
Yeah. We have a video that with the whole family reviewed it, and it's important that you hear from the whole family, and that's the beauty of it. Because having 2 teenagers, which is my daughter, she loves Encanto, but their number one criticism was they could have done more. So it is cute. They made it. It is like a sing along. It is very. They involve the guests, which is kind of cool. But the way that they did it sucks. So they have you stand in the grass in each of the corner because the performers have to go through the middle. So if you're not in the corner, you're not gonna be able to see the stage. That's a problem. The fact that you don't have no shade is another problem. And then you will think that while they're playing the Bruno song, Bruno will come out. That doesn't happen.
Bruno doesn't come out during
his song. So Bruno comes out, and Mirabelle, they don't come out until the end, which it doesn't even make any sense, because you want those characters, And then once they finish the whole thing, they actually do like a conga line, which is kind of cute. Again, they involve all the guests and all that. And then a voiceover comes and it said, our fiesta with the familia has ended. Thank you for coming. Blah, 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 blah. Bruno and Mirabelle need to go back to the casita because the abuela needs them there. And they just wave at people, say goodbye, and they leave. And you're like, couldn't they finish with another song? You know what I mean? And like a banger. You know what I mean? They just did that and then left, and it leaves you wanting so much more.
And you're like, look at the TV screen.
Right.
Exactly why we make our quick exit or slow exit.
I couldn't help but think about the Disney Cruise Line because the cruise that I did last year, it had an Encanto sing-along dance party. And I almost want to say it was literally a copy and paste from the Disney Cruise Line to what came at Epcot. I don't really feel like there was many disparity other than more dancers.
Yeah. It's cute, but is it going to move the needle? The answer is not. You're probably going to see it once, maybe twice if you have little ones, and you're going to be like, okay, I had enough. Or you're going to be like many managers, many families like I saw last Friday. It was in the triple digit. and I saw many families leaving. Kids were crying, they were upset, and as you see them leaving, you see them going to the banquet hall because they're AC over there. So you're like,
Again,
so I literally went from not having an easy spot, and you can see it in the video where I'm playing with the camera, the angle, and then by the time that I finish the video, I'm literally sitting on the corner with no problem. I don't have no obstruction or anything because the amount of people that had left because it was too hot. And they said it. They said, "Oh, we gotta go. It's too hot. We gotta go. It's too hot." So I'm thinking to myself, why? What are they thinking? You know?
They're not thinking. They're saving money, saving the money.
Yeah.
All right, I made it. This is called Das Stockenhaus.
Mm-hmm.
Steakhouse? Das Steakhouse? Somebody told me to open it in a new tab, so that's what I'm doing. So we don't have to leave. My bad. Das Steakhouse. What do we got? Enjoy monsterly good meal shrouded in mystery. Das Steakhouse is an old inn and dining hall built over the ruins of ancient catacomb. Here you can enjoy a meal surrounded by vampire artwork and artifacts. In fact, restaurant is run by vampires, familiars, or servants. Just don't venture down the catacombs below, or you might find yourself on the vampires menu. Does that mean there's like a hidden room under this building? That's what it's telling me.
Dude, I hope so.
That'd be cool.
What does this say? Fast fact. Das Steakhouse. Many paintings depict the world of vampires from their point of view, painting them as heroes in this story while displaying some Darkmoor's history and referencing its architecture. This is just unreal, dude. Let me ask you, Cool K, you being a dad, is this something you want to take the kids to, or is this a little scary and creepy? Because we're talking vampires, you know what I mean? Like,
my kids are teenagers. My kids been going to Halloween Horror Nights since they were 9 years old. This is
so this is right up their alley.
Bro, this is probably the first restaurant they're gonna be like, we want to eat there.
Wow.
Screw anything else. Can you take us to the vampires restaurant?
Wow.
I am telling you that right
now. Conductor, what are your thoughts on this restaurant?
This thing looks amazing. Wow. I would even go as far as cooking in the kitchen. That's how fun and exciting it looks. It just the overall aesthetics of this restaurant. That's what I was saying. This right here gives me the vibe of what I get when I go into Toadstool. You feel immersed. You don't feel like you're at a theme park. You don't feel like you're at just some random restaurant. You feel like you're in their world and you're visiting. That's what the excitement is there. So if I had kids, believe me, I think they would be agreeing with Cool K and they want to go to this restaurant because I sure in the hell want to go to this restaurant.
Do you think, dare I ask this question, do you think Universal really flushes out these ideas and these concept arts? Do you think they really go that full next level and make this a reality? Like is this restaurant really going to look like that? You know what I mean? What do you think?
I think so. I mean, at least the one that they've been doing for Universal Orlando, when you look at the concept art, it almost looks exactly the same thing as the concept art. And I'm talking about DreamWorld Land. I'm talking about the Minions Land. I mean, it's exactly the same thing. Question is, will they ask the team members to dress up like vampires?
Yeah.
Just to give it a little bit of more theming.
I'm getting a little bit of Galaxy Edge vibe where they were trying to make the cast members be part of the story in a weird way. Like, we want you to have a backstory and a reason why you're at Galaxy's Edge. I feel like it never really won the cast members over. You know what I mean? Because I don't feel like not many people even stick to that or care about that. They're just, we work at Galaxy's Edge. We're not a character, Bob Chapek. But I feel like the workers that are going to work at that vampire restaurant, I feel like they're going to be into it. Like, I'm a vampire host. I don't know. It just seems cool. Like, I want to work that.
Oh, absolutely.
I feel like it's a easier, like, it's just like I could win you over with this idea that you are a vampire. You're a vampire working at this restaurant.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing too is that I noticed from Dark Universe is that yes, you have multiple attractions. You have a tavern, you have a restaurant, right? You also have an experience where you can become one of the monsters, which I think is very cool, not only just for the kids, but for the adults too. I think that's something very, very, very cool. And if you look at the video of that, I don't know in this website, clicking through if it'll show it, I'm not sure. But it looked like inside that part, oh, there you go. It looked like inside there, it was heavily themed. So they really did not spare any expense. They went all out. And you know what? I personally, someone that's never been to Florida for the Orlando parks, I would figure out a way to fly there just for Dark Universe.
Yeah.
Because look at it. Look at this. You can't tell me that's not attractive. You can't. There's no way.
Let me say this real quick. I feel like this Dark Universe land is easily appealable to adults. Like, we're all won over by it tremendously. But at the same time, I feel like the kids are being won over by a lot. I could go become Frankenstein today. You know what I mean? Like, what I'm trying to say is, like, when they built this land, at the end of the day, they want the kids to come here too. They want them to have fun. Yes, we know it's scary. We're dealing with monsters, but at the same time, like, they like weave this like thread of like the in between of like kids are gonna have fun and adults are gonna have fun.
Sure.
I can't believe they did that. And I felt that for How to Train Your Dragon Land too. That the big kids got something and the little kids got something.
Yeah. Now let me tell you some reservations that I have about this monster makeup experience, because they just had the same thing at Five and Dime here, and they ended up pulling it out sooner than they anticipated.
What's Five and Dime? What's that?
It's one of our main stores here in Universal Studios. So they basically have a room on the back that you could actually have makeup like your favorite character or monster. The problem was, dude, they were asking like for like $125 or something ridiculous like that.
Wait, $125 for face makeup?
Yes, sir.
Wow. Oh, that's crazy. Okay.
I don't think that actually sustained that idea, and it was advertised like it was gonna be longer, and they ended up closing it sooner than it was advertised. Wow. So if they're gonna come over here with the same concept, this is not gonna work out. They have to come up with like cheaper prices.
Yeah, I agree. That has to happen.
Somebody was mentioning in the comments that this is a bibbity boppity boutique for monsters.
Yeah.
Because look at the kid right here. You know he bought that outfit there.
Oh yeah.
Look at that. The one right above me.
Yeah.
Look at the girl. Look at the little girl. You're like, look at the dad too. The dad.
Yeah. So they already tried it. Like, they will give you some accessories that will make you look like a monster. But bro, it was like, I kid you not, it was like $125, $135, something ridiculous like that. And some people did it some people, wanted to have fun and all that. And I think they did that during Horror Nights. I think it was when they did it,
Yeah.
and they ended up shutting it down because it was mostly empty. It's a
Yeah.
lot of money.
Do you think it's a money or people ain't got time for this on a trip? You know what I mean?
I think it was more of money because I remember you're catering to families, and then like, for example, me, and those parents out there probably relate to me. When you go out, you're not gonna just buy something to one and not the other one.
Mm-hmm.
So you're asking
You're
me
saying,
to,
I got 2 kids.
yeah. So you're asking me to pay $250 on just face painting for you to look like Frankenstein, the Bride of Frankenstein. That's not.
Oh, God.
That's not cost effective. You know what I mean?
No.
And I don't think. I think they do have to come down on the price or do something more exclusive that it makes that value be better.
Yeah.
You know what or what were you gonna say, conductor?
I was just going to say, yeah, I totally agree. The prices do have to come down, and I think they do have a plan. The fact that they built the whole shop for this, knowing what they had before in Universal Orlando park, how much they were charging, I think they do have a plan, because I don't honestly think they wouldn't have built this whole shop experience to do face makeup if they didn't have a plan. If they didn't have a plan, you would see like a little medieval cart on the little pebbled street that they have inside Dark Universe doing that if they weren't serious about it. I do think something.
I didn't know this was even a thing. This like face paint idea, bibbity bobbity boutique. You know what I was thinking? Universal should have just copycatted Disney, and instead of like building a droid, you like build weapons to like Dracula or werewolf, or I don't know, just stuff like not necessarily weapons, but like some type of build experience. Man, I don't even know what the hell I'm trying to say. I was literally thinking like, you know how you could build a droid? They could have done some build a something in this Dark Universe. I don't know what they could build. You guys got any ideas? What can you build? What can you build in Dark Universe? or how there's like a lightsaber experience, or I don't know, like that, like those ideas I felt were really good from Disney. They just didn't flush it out good enough.
Yeah.
No.
Hey, I'm reading comments. Aquatic Fury. He or she is right. It was $75 for half the face or $130 for the full face.
What?
That's insane.
That's just too much money.
What the freak?
Yeah,
and we're not talking like outfits, just a face paint. Just a face paint.
Face paint and maybe a few accessories, here and there, but not. It wasn't something crazy either.
That is crazy. I don't know. I just feel like building weapons to take down a werewolf or weapons to take down I don't know. I just keep thinking like something cool like that would have been awesome here. I'll tell you right now, I got 2 boys. I would never take them to this, even if they ask for it. We are not spending $75 on this paint.
No,
I don't know. Is this going to be? Let me ask this question: is this more like a girl thing or a boy thing? I feel like it's neither. Like I don't know who.
It could be for either, or it could be even for adults. Because I did see a lot of the adults getting their face painted.
Really, man.
Yeah.
So
is
it
face
sounds
painting cool or something? I don't know. I'm not in the face paint world. I don't.
I'm not either. But it does sound like a lot of people, children and adults, are into it. I don't know. Maybe you two will agree with me. It has been about close to 4 years since we had COVID. I think for the last couple years, people have even with the parks open, like pretty much fully at this point, I think a lot of people, with the prices going on, that's the first negative, and the second negative is, do they really want someone close to their face painting on their face? I think that's the biggest two issues that's been going on for a while. But I think the biggest issue now is the prices. So, like I said, the fact that they built this whole shop makes me want to believe that the prices are going to be cheaper. They have to, because they wouldn't have spent the money on this if they were going to keep it high like that. I'm sorry. I agree with you guys. Even if I have one kid, $125 it was, that's insane for paint that's going to last just one day.
They have to, but I think about this. You go with your two boys, Mando. We're not talking. This is a new land only.
Yeah.
I get Galaxy's Edge. We want to spend time in Galaxy's Edge. We want to build a droid or build the lightsaber, because we may be there almost the whole entire day at Galaxy's Edge. We're talking about a whole entire brand new park. How many people are willing to spend hour or two sitting over here, when they have a brand new park to explore? That's the other thing that it makes me think, like, I don't know.
Like, if this is gonna take an hour and a half, I'd rather go wait in line for the new ride. Hour and a half.
Correct.
Because you're only on a trip for so long.
Sure.
That time is valuable.
Sure, but you have to remember something. If the kids let's say, for example, the kids are doing this face paint experience, right? It takes about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, and they're enjoying it, right? That's kind of what I think why they built the tavern for the adults. Am I not mistaken on that?
Yeah.
So the adults can kind of have a little alone time as well. So it kind of works out to a point.
Peter says 125 is the park admission.
Yeah, no kidding.
Cool K, this is a hard sell for me, dog. I don't know. I'm not going to be part of this. I'll just look at it. I'll enjoy other kids doing it.
I got two children, and only one lightsaber was built.
And you know how you do it, Cool K? You're like, you get one half face painted, and you get the other half face painted.
Yeah,
exactly. Right.
Like, that's what's the fast fact here? I'm curious what this is. The Monsters of Darkmoor include original creations from industry-leading and award-winning makeup and special effect artists, bringing your favorite monsters to life with extraordinary skills. I don't know. This one's not a good sell for me. Yeah, but this is for the kids. I'm not a kid. But as a parent, I have no interest in this one. No interest.
No. Mondo, so Ariana in the chat brought up a good question. You bring that up real quick?
Yeah. Let me see. Got it.
So she asked, do we know if this park will be added to the existing pass holders with new passes prices, or will this be a separate ticket experience? I'm going to add experience to that sentence, Ariana. I think it's open to go either way. I'm kind of hoping if you're a pass member, you do get discounts on this, because you can't expect me to pay $125 to paint my face. I'm sorry. If you're expecting me to do that and I'm an annual pass holder, I'm sorry. If I do have the money, I better get a discount. That's the way I look at it.
Man.
Yeah, it would definitely be added to. It will be another bracket of
oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
Because they consider Volcano Bay a water theme park.
Mm-hmm.
So you got the choice to get the the one park annual pass, the two parks, and the three park. I don't know, because this is a different park, if they're gonna just do two tiers of prices. So if you want IOA, Universal, and Epic, it will cost you this much money versus just having Volcano Bay and two other parks. It might be slightly cheaper. I don't know how they're going to do that. or it could be that you may have access to all four.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
time will tell.
Yeah, prices are going up. Just I don't know
Yep.
how else to say. I hope it's part of an annual pass. Just from like a
I hope
local's
so.
perspective, I hope it would be.
I'm sure it will. Historically speaking, every time they open a part, they add it as an annual pass.
Man, so
What it's going to
cool.
cost? It's going to
Yep.
cost.
Let me keep going. Is there more to this, or that was it?
So yeah,
No,
scroll
that was
down,
Oh.
a little bit, and then go to the part of meeting monster.
Oh, right here. Okay.
Yeah. So
whoa.
for us Floridian here, this is exciting because I was telling Mando before we went live. The only time that you get to meet monsters was, or still is, during special events.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, unlike California or Hollywood, I'm sorry, I don't get to meet Frankenstein and the Bride. So for
And we get
us, this is
Dracula
pretty
too.
cool.
Dracula's out
Yeah,
there.
you
Yeah.
get a whole bunch of go down and check it out, man, because you got a bunch of stuff that you could do to meet for a meet and greet and stuff
So
like that.
you're saying in Universal right now, I can't meet Frankenstein anywhere.
You can't. You
Wow.
cannot.
I could meet minions though.
Yeah.
You could meet minions. So the only time that we have seen Frankenstein, the Bride, and Dracula again is just during special event. It's very rarely that you see them.
Say hello to the residents of Darkmoor Village. Meet some of the monsters of Dark Universe. Visit Darkmoor Village and meet its inhabitants, including Frankenstein monster and his bride. Or is it Yogor?
Igor.
Oh, Igor. I was going to call him Yogurt. The Invisible Man, a courageous monster hunter, or a musician who may regale you with songs about the village. Feel free to say hello and take photos with them, but be aware you never know who or what may be lurking in the shadows. Does that mean there'll be like scare zones or something? What? That's how I interpreted that. Do you think this photo, this like Frankenstein bride photo, is that an indoors thing or outdoors? I'm really curious about that, Cool K.
It may be that they're roaming around the entire land.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Is roaming around roaming characters a normal thing in Florida? Because I want to say it's not.
They roam in an area. So, for example, you could find Scooby Doo and the gang standing in specific building, and sometimes you can see them. Depending how busy they are, they start looking for clues and stuff like that. So they will move. I mean, I have videos with them of looking for clues inside the store because they wanna, they're not busy enough. The Simpsons that just stay in an area. Beetlejuice is famous from moving in front of the horror maker show to in front of males. He has been inside males sitting down next to people eating their burgers, just being Beetlejuice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So certain characters have the freedom to do that. The one time that I saw Dracula, he was just hanging out between the horror maker show and he was moving away from the light, as he was saying, because he couldn't see the light directly, and he was moving around in that area between that and Cafe La Bamba. So I guess it's depending on the character. So only time will tell. But it sounds like they may be in different spots throughout the land, and that's where you gotta go and meet them.
Yeah.
Damn, what is this photo? I haven't seen this.
Yeah, that looks cool, don't it?
Yeah, definitely.
What?
And you know what's funny about that previous photo, Darkmoor? I kind of feel like they took that from Lord of the Rings. Don't you guys feel that?
Yeah.
Either that or I'm watching Van Helsing.
Van Helsing.
Oh, that too? Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like as soon as you look at Darkmoor, I've like lost sense of reality. I'm just in this. Like this is my reality now. Like
So Mondo's hooked.
like I don't even
Point
think
and
that
sinker.
on the other side there's like a Super Nintendo world. Like I'm just in this.
Right.
What were you gonna say, conductor?
No, I was gonna say you're already hooked, and the land's not even open yet.
Yeah, dude, I'm extremely hooked. I think that's it, right? I don't think there's more
I
beyond
think
that.
so.
Yeah.
I think so. And one thing I want to go back to, Mando, when you asked earlier, do we think that they will stick to concept art? I mean, you saw Super Nintendo from ground up, and you saw the concept art, and they stuck with that. We all seen Hogsmeade. We all seen the details on Diagon Alley. Every time you go to Hogsmeade or Diagon Alley, you get lost in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Universal has done an outstanding job to make us believe, that when they put their effort on a land, we are gonna be completely immersed. And by just looking at these pictures, we're in a different world.
Dude, the website did it. I don't know where this photo came from. Maybe from like a media package today. That's kind of like all the characters there.
Right.
That is so cool.
I just can't believe this. Danny was telling me, I don't know where it is on the website. That website's not easy to roll through. That lightning is going to go throughout the whole entire land. Did you guys hear about that?
I read that somewhere.
Yeah, that Universal spent a ton of money to have lightning start at the tower and just go literally throughout the whole land. Like lightning will strike the whole land.
Somebody posted that in Twitter, and it almost seemed like it was pulled like from media.
Okay, so probably like a media email they got.
Yeah.
Man,
but still,
this is just insane, dude. I want to hear your guys' just overall final thoughts now that we kind of gone through it all. How do you guys feel about this?
Man, I wish Universal, instead of letting me stay in a hotel, that would let me stay and sleeping over here in this land.
Dude, I've read that a lot on Twitter today, Carlos.
This is freaking insane. I mean, I'm excited. I had the feeling that Dark Universe was gonna be powerful, but for what I've seen today, it's just like beyond. You know what I mean? And I'm excited. I'm excited for the future of theme park. I'm excited for Universal. I cannot wait for all of us to experience it, and then maybe have a future conversation, man, of how things, what we think about this theme park, and hearing everybody, all the vloggers and all that, because it's exciting. And shout out to Universal, they continues to like take it, and not only that, Universal. I think I told you that in other live stream. Universal has done a phenomenal job in their entertainment department. I mean, a lot better than Disney. And I cannot wait to see the amount of entertainers that are going to be here performing and doing whatever they have to do to make this park even better. As a matter of fact, I know Universal, and I've been criticizing that big time. They have been lately cutting from the entertainment department in shows here and there. And the reason why they're doing that is because they're gearing up to hire those entertainers to come over here to Epic. So you already know Epic is coming soon. And again, this is coming from entertainers themselves that have told me, hey, they're going to start recruiting soon.
And I was going to say, the competition for talent has just got so much harder for Disney with this being introduced, because this is going to take a lot of talented workers, from the character meet and greet, the chefs, the maintenance crews, the Broadway shows that are coming to life, like the team members that are going to be to work dude, the competition of employees has just skyrocketed for Disney.
Dude,
Even
had
SeaWorld, all those random ass theme parks out
yeah,
there.
I was blessed enough. I had the opportunity to open Island of Adventure in 1999. I was part of the opening crew for Toon Lagoon, and this whole thing gets me so excited. I made dare to just look for a part time to just
I know, just
experience
go work
from
there.
the team member aspect, and to say that I was part of history. Opening something.
Yeah.
Um, because I'm proud of saying that I was part of being a team member that opened Toon Lagoon. I helped putting tables together and all that because that's a fact that actually happened. So I don't know. I've been talking to people that I know in there. I'm like, man, can I just get a part time?
You before we go into closing thoughts for conductor, I have one more question I forgot to bring up. I forgot to bring this up. Um, I feel like Disney has kind of gone this route of they're like, we're gonna do what we want to do. Galaxy's Edge, they just really went far and out. I don't want to say the fans weren't asking for that, but I want to say they weren't. They want original trilogy. Galactic Star Cruiser, I don't know who asked for that one. And Tiana's Bayou Adventure, in a sense, I don't really feel like there was this humongous want for that. Moana Moana Water Experience, who kind of asked for that? Uh,
The banquet hall. Who
the
asked for
banquet.
that?
I can't help but mention it. I was trying not to mention it. Who asked for that? Who asked for it? I feel like Universal listened to the fans, listened to their communities, the guest, and they're delivering on what you want. We heard what you want, and we're going to give it to you. And we're going to give you something that connects with you right away. Nintendo World. You know who Mario is. Well, you could walk in there and you already know what to do without even being told. Oh, that's a game. I'm gonna play it. You know what I mean? Like Universal Monsters, they have all this lore that's been built up for hundreds of years or 100 of years, and everybody could connect to that. How to Train Your Dragon. That was the one where I was like, it has to win me over, and it really did.
Yeah.
I don't know who asked for How to Train Your Dragon Land, but everybody I talk to and I say that, they're like, dude, people love How to Train Your Dragon. I'm like,
That's a great movie.
I love the first. Is there 3 movies or 2? Because I've seen
3.
the first 2. Okay, I haven't seen the third one.
There's 3 in a mini series that I think is in Netflix.
Do you guys feel like Universal is listening to the fans? And they're trying to connect with what the fans want instead of like, we're gonna give you what we want. You're gonna enjoy it. Well, how do you guys feel about me saying something like that? I'll let Cool K go first. Go first, Cool K.
Oh, I'm laughing. Can you highlight Danny's comment?
Disney can't even fix their website to buy special event tickets.
It's true. It's very true.
That's what I was laughing. Danny is 100% right, and man, you hit it on the nail. They're listening. They're definitely listening. I don't think. You can tell that this park has been put together after so many years of research. After seeing how the fans are reacting, and they're not stupid. They're actually watching how we're reacting as they're announcing things. Universal has done a really good job because Universal, when you look at it, they do have their own media team, but they have their own social media team, and they follow and they track everything that is being spoken about out there. And when they do talk about it, they bring a lot of the concerns the guests are having to the upper management, and also they hear the fans what they want. And dude, this is about to get even better. We're not even talking about what could possibly happen to that empty building for Poseidon Fury.
Yeah, that's been
with
forgotten, but it's there. Something's happening.
well, with that whole speculation that they may, Zelda may come over there. I mean, there's so much that Universal can do, and we know Pokemon is in Japan. We know the Simpson contract. You have spoken in the videos many times. That contract is about to expire, so you're gonna be hearing from Universal for a while. And like I mentioned earlier, they're not holding back on spending on their old parks.
No.
They're not. It took Disney almost a year to finally clean Tron. Tron was disgusting that whole entire time. And after so many criticism and videos and picture, they finally cleaned them.
You're talking about the tarp?
Everything. They clean on the tarp. I don't know if they clean, but they clean where the when you look at the actual coaster, it has some mold growing.
Yeah.
Paint was already peeling off. It looked like it was looking like it's being open now for like 5 years.
That's disgusting.
So
yeah,
it was looking rough.
What I'm trying to say is, I feel like when I walk into How to Train Your Dragon Land, I instantly, obviously none of us have walked in there, but just the flyover and all that stuff we've seen, the videos and photos they've shown, I feel like when I walk in there, I could easily connect to things. Like my mind is like, oh, that makes sense. I know what that is. It's in Nintendo World. I Mario. I see Toadstool. There's games. All these like figures and characters that are like moving. Like I seen them in the video game. I could connect to that. Compared to Galaxy's Edge, I ain't ever seen none of this. None of this makes sense.
No.
What am I looking at here? That's what I'm trying to say. Even Avenger Campus. What the hell is this?
Yeah.
We're taking down spider bots? What? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. I feel like Universal is really hitting like, we know what you want and we're going to give it to you. We want to please the fans. We want to entertain you because we have heard your wants and needs and how you want to experience a theme park. I don't know. I can't help. I'm trying to put it together in my head, but is that making sense to you guys, or do I sound crazy?
Yeah. In other words, the story that they're trying to convey is completely clear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
yeah,
because you're right. Unless that you're a Star Wars fan, you're never going to understand exactly what's going on Galaxy's Edge.
No.
And I don't even know what's going on in Galaxy's Edge East because they were supposed to connect it with the Star Cruiser. Star Cruiser shut down, so we don't have anything going on right now. But this you could actually watch and follow this story. You're trying to follow the everything that is happening, and again we go back to like.
I'll give another example. I watched Tiana Bayou Adventure POV from Disney. The video from Disney. I don't even know what's going on. What I got shrunken down. I got made bigger. There's a big Tiana all of a sudden on the right side. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right. The story wasn't conveyed clearly. You're right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And you got Tokyo. Literally, this is what is in the movie. Real life, right here in front of you.
Right.
But Disney United States, they're like, we're gonna do our own thing. We're going 10 years forward, Carlos.
Exactly.
Everybody's lost.
Yeah.
Conductor, what do you think on that stuff that I'm saying?
You know what? I totally agree with you guys. I think when Universal puts their money where their mouth is, they say they want to bring something, they bring it. They don't, in my opinion, they don't screw around. And when they want to bring something, they bring the full the full weight of it. They don't cheap out on nonsense. Like you said, Mondo, I'm starting to think they're kind of like the Oriental Land Company of Disney. That's what they're putting out. They're, compared to the domestic parks out here in Florida and in California, where you're looking at something it's already fallen apart. Like Cool K was saying with Tron. First of all, like I said earlier, it felt like 10 years it took for them to build that. Second of all, who in the hell wants to sit on first of all, on an uncomfortable ride vehicle? Because I've seen how you have to sit in that thing, especially next to mold, which I'm not. I would be totally disgusted at that point. Then you got the people mover that they just spent a bunch of money on a couple years ago to redo that whole thing. Then you have mold on that. It's like, don't get me wrong, Universal has their little issues as well.
Yeah.
Like I know when we had our Super Nintendo World out here, Mondo, I don't know if you noticed opening weekend. I noticed it the opening day when you're off to the sideline shooting video of us all walking in. I looked right where Peach's Castle is, right when you enter, and the walls on the hillsides there, it was kind of dinged up a little bit.
Mhm.
So a lot of us started tweeting on Twitter, Instagram. I think it took like a month or two because I'm sure they had to get the parts and whatnot, but they immediately fixed it. That's what I like about Universal. They do have their own media team, don't get me wrong, but they also have a second media team where they listen to the influencers, especially with fan bases like yours, Mondo, like yours, Cool K, myself, and plenty of other content creators that put this news out there. Because I think by us being a voice for them, it helps them out in a way where they can improve things, they can build new things. That's why we're getting Epic Universe. Yeah, it might have taken 10 years in the making, but look what we're getting as a result.
Yeah.
You can't argue that.
I feel like our Super Nintendo World for a little bit was getting really like ripped apart on
it was
on the maintenance refurbishment. Like, look at the paint.
They cleaned it up.
Yeah, they actually did clean up. Look at the ground. They painted over it. They listen, dude. You know, at least for Hollywood, I have no idea in Orlando, but in Hollywood, they listen, dude. They don't want to look it bad.
Oh, they do, dude. They do. Like, I mean, I haven't done a video to talk about this, but when I was watching the new show, the other night, I was on opening night, which, by the way, that show is phenomenal. Like that show at Universal, I'm referring to, with the drones and the light and all that.
Oh, you're talking about the what is it called? Cinesational or
Cinesational. That is, for me, one of the best show, if not the best show, night show in any theme park right now.
I think it beats World of Color, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
it
hell
was pretty,
yeah, World of Color.
It looks amazing, but I was noticing, I was looking at the speakers. I'm like, I told my wife, those are brand new speakers. So I started looking, man. They replaced every single speaker around Central Park with a large sound, and it sounds amazing.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
So
I'm sure.
they're not holding back. I mean, I'm telling you, they're like spending quality.
Yeah.
That's why I said when they want to put money out, they don't screw around. They'll throw money as much as it needs to be to make it perfect. And I think with Epic Universe, I don't think any of those lands are not perfect. And to a point, we haven't even seen the Ministry of Magic land yet, because that looks freaking amazing.
I'm not ready. I think, to go off what you guys are saying, Universal's willing to drop the money because they are confident in what they're doing, and they see these parks being extremely profitable for the future. All of this is to make money. Let's just be real. It's a profit company, and it's cool that they're confident to blast money and make storytelling possible with the way they're doing it, because it's kind of sad, but like when we bring up Disney, it's almost like the word budget cut is really almost thrown in every conversation. I'm talking about the U.S. parks, not the international stuff. The U.S.
Yeah.
Like it seems like they took too long. Budget cut this, budget cut that. Even the lands. Just right now, Avenger Campus is losing the Doctor Strange show, Spider-Man, the Warriors of Malahit. Like, there's already budget cuts happening in
I
a
saw
brand
that
new
the Warriors
billion dollar land. Budget cuts already happening.
They cut 20% of the show from the Wakanda soldiers. They're only showing up a couple of times, or some days, some of the days. I'm like, what are they doing?
Man.
So sad to say, in the retrospect, are we looking at a second Tomorrowland situation where it's just going to be building after building with no entertainment?
I hope Disney is there's a future positive trend to come. We got
I
a
hope so.
super chat from Johnny. Imagine the land at night, Mondo. Hopefully fog and effects will be great at night. I could already say Dark Universe is going to be more badass at night.
Great point.
Yeah.
There's going to be characters roaming, I'm guessing, at night as well, since it's kind of like a more priority, because I feel like maybe like the monsters become more aggressive at night than in the day. That's what I was thinking, because at the end of the day, these are monsters. Like, they're here to scare you.
That will be outstanding.
Yeah, Johnny, I agree, man. Closing thoughts, conductor. Let's close it out, man.
So my closing thoughts is I'm mind blown. Seriously, I'm mind blown how Epic Universe has come a long way. Dark Universe just looks absolutely incredible. I think personally, to put a button in it, I think Universal definitely put up a good front for Disney for at least the next 10 to 15 years. So sorry to say it, and I have a nickname for one of the execs at Disney, Daddy Josh, as I call him. Mm-hmm. If you're listening to this and you do the D23 and it's not Bob Iger doing it, no more blue sky. You can't screw around with that crap anymore. No. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to predict this right now. He says one sentence to that, his chances of becoming a CEO, done. I'm telling you now.
I feel like there might be boos, dude. If
oh god, yeah,
blue and just gets booed, doesn't even get to finish the word.
I think someone
sky,
would get crazy.
Boo! Get him off the stage.
I think someone will get crazy and rush the stage. I get that nuts.
No. My closing thoughts. This video did exactly what it was supposed to do. Get people talking, hype, spark that idea of like, maybe I want to book a trip to Epic Universe. This is crazy. I'm interested in what they're doing. And for this to be the third land of 4, I'm just mind blown by the imagination that has gone into all 3 of these announcements. The Epic Universe don't seem real. That's how I keep feeling. I keep telling Danny that, is that like, this doesn't seem real at all. Like,
you're right.
What?
It's like the dream park that anybody can have, and you know that you're never gonna get it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
It's all about the execution. Could Universal really flush out these ideas? And I was talking to a good buddy, Jared, before we went live, and I was telling him, I don't know who it is or if it's a team at Universal, but they're trying to kill Disney, dude. There's no other way to say it. They're coming for the top spot, and it's very obvious. It is very obvious. They're coming for 100%. Disney. Dude. Do you guys feel that way? Or am I crazy?
I do. No, you're not crazy. No.
It's like unfortunately they have Mickey Mouse swimming in the open sea, and Bruce is
Yeah.
coming after him. That's exactly what
Yep.
it is.
Dude,
Yeah.
it just feels that way.
Yeah.
I will say a positive thing on the Disney side.
Sure.
This is for sure lighting a fire under their butts.
Yeah.
Imagineering, the powers that have budget, or the people that have the power over budget and money, they're watching this, dude. And I hope the spark of imagination at Disney, they're gonna come swinging too, and I can't wait till we have a conversation about the other side, because this has been really lopsided right now with Epic Universe.
Yeah.
And that's what gets me excited too, Mondo, because competition is always good.
It's super good.
Disney never had the competition because at one point Universal didn't have the money. Now Universal had the money, and now that they stepped it up, we may see some good stuff from Disney finally. So the one benefiting from all this finally is gonna be us, the guests.
The fans, the guests, yeah.
Yeah.
To close it out, Carlos, where can people find you one more time?
Yeah, man, Cool Case Adventure on their Instagram, Cool Case Adventure, or at YouTube. Once again, we're a family of content creator. If you're looking not only from my standpoint of view, my wife, you're gonna hear a lot from my children who are 14 and 16, boy and a girl, and they're really honest. And I mean, you don't believe me? Watch that Epcot video, and there are none in the industry by saying the truth. Not being disrespectful, but they say the truth, and it's good for any family to listen, because they also help family to understand what to expect.
Heck yeah. And Conductor, where can people find you?
Absolutely. So on YouTube and Instagram, you can find me at Theme Park Conductor. On Twitter, you can find me at Theme Conductor. I do want to say that Universal's future is very bright, and I mean super bright. And what gets me excited is, like you guys were talking about, it's really getting the Disney company getting underneath their skin to get the ball rolling. And I'm not talking just about Disneyland out here. I'm not talking about the Disney in Florida. I'm also speaking about Universal Hollywood as well, because I think once Epic Universe does open up, I think the focus is going to be put right back on Hollywood's park to get ready for the Olympics. That's what I think. I think that is going to happen. The reason being, why not a better time that just go turbocharge, as the Disney side calls it, turbocharge and build as much as you could in Hollywood's park to cater to not only United States, fan base, but all over the world, international.
International, yeah.
Because you're going to have so many different countries in LA to experience the Olympics, to experience Disney, to experience Universal, Six Flags, and Knott's. So why not? That's what I say.
Yeah, to end it all, this is just blue sky speculation. The word on the street is that once Epic Universe gets up and running and flushed out, whenever that is, that the powers at the top, they're all going to focus on Hollywood. And I don't know what that means, but I'm here for it, baby.
Me too.
All these billions, send it to Hollywood. I don't even know what could happen, but I'm ready, man. I don't know the big thing over here, Carlos, is if sound stages ever get demolished, that's when stuff's gonna get real out here. It's gonna get real, because that would be for expansion, behind Super Nintendo World or wherever they're trying to take it.
You think, I was going to ask you that, you think that can happen? Because I know, don't they rent all those sound stages to other companies? Or
I don't know, man. I always say I'll get really excited for expansion if they ever announce a hotel, because if they announce a hotel, then that means they're trying to make this a multiple day theme park.
Right.
And Universal in its current form is more like a 1 day thing. You're really stretching it into a 2 or, God forbid, a 3. I feel like at that point it's like, well, I want to go see another park. I already did everything at Universal. But if a hotel comes, stuff's gonna get real, really.
Okay. Good. So I'm gonna get you excited right now, Mondo. You might want to drink some water. I've also heard from sources the hotel is coming. It is going to come to the Woody Woodpecker parking lot. That is almost a 95% confirmation. They are bringing it.
I want to hear it from Universal, though.
No, I hear you. I hear you. But I am going to quote Cool K for a minute. The sound stages, from what I heard, behind Nintendo 7 through 12, those are not, they are being used, not for mass production. They're being used, if at all, for little mini commercials here and there. Nothing crazy. Those sound stages, Universal has tweeted about it at one point that they are out of date. That the little lagoon area where they shot Kuchera Black Lagoon next to Earthquake, that is going to be drained. And supposedly that several more sound stages are going in that area. Once they start construction on that, the sound stages behind Nintendo are going to get leveled. That is what I'm hearing at this point.
I want to get excited, but I'm like, I can't. I want to hear the hotel first. I want to hear the hotel first.
But Mondo, you know what? When it comes to rumors, I rather believe Universal side than Disney's side because they're more credible.
What do you mean? King Thanos is not real? King Thanos is not real. Hey, what comes first?
6 years later.
What comes first? King Thanos ride or a Universal hotel? I'm really curious. That'll be a good, interesting thing one day.
So the Fast and Furious roller coaster, the hotel, and probably Diagon Alley or frickin' Ministry of Magic at Hollywood. You watch. I'm telling you now.
We got Johnny one more time. 34 months. Before we go off air, Universal, get that golf course.
Get it out of there.
I always hear it just is never going to happen, dude. If they get the golf course, my gosh. Epic Universe is coming this way. I don't know what else would come in that land. Carlos, thank you so much for today's live. I've had a blast. Conductor, thank you too, man. It's been awesome to talk this with you guys. This was awesome live stream. I was looking forward to this so much. And you guys delivered this freaking video of Epic Universe delivered. Wow. I'm not ready for the Harry Potter one. I've just heard crazy stuff, so we'll see how it all plays out.
So we got to do another live, all three of us, for that one.
Maybe
have Danny part of that.
Yeah, we'll get Danny or my buddy Noah maybe, dude, because the Harry Potter one I think is going to be the one of like, this is not real.
Right.
All right, everybody. We are firing it down. The Cali Bay, Carlos, the theme park conductor are calling it a day. I'm the main host, Mondo.